What's up, everybody? This is The Quad with Chris Young. As always, I am Chris. We got Haley the Bear.
Ryan, what was that?
Ryan from Miami. He's on Fuego. Technically, it would be Oh, no. Stop. Technically, it would be in Fuego. No. And if we're going to talk about anything today, basketball, it's not the Knicks.
But
it is that absolute... Yeah, we'll get there. And producer Josh.
Was it the Headhunters from WWE?
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing.
It was nice.
Oh, for anyone new joining us, we talk about four things on the podcast. We're four friends.
And we've been doing this for 4 years. Welcome.
Hey! And we we talk about music, movies, sports, and we do one hot take. So I actually want to start with movies because not everybody watched this one.
You don't want to do the thing that's got Ryan in a panic because of his face where he was like, oh, no.
He doesn't know where the poll is. I forgot.
Oh,
you
no.
know what? The one time I forget the poll, Ryan is so happy. Go ahead.
His face. I'm going to steal that as a frame because your face was incredible.
So
I thought you were going to it.
We love polls.
I thought you were going to it, and I was like, crap, I forgot to bring it up.
We love polls, don't we, Ryan?
You were saved this week, Ryan. You were saved.
Okay, so we've got a number of polls this week, by the way. So
yes.
First one was, who wants the 1.5% Ryan from Miami gummy bear t-shirt? And 54% of the audience says yes. So we're going to have to get that. We're going to have to get that covered.
Wait. So
46% said no, though.
No.
So apparently a lot of people don't like gummy bears on their ice cream, but they do like gummy bears on a t-shirt is what I'm figuring out.
Okay. We will do a limited run of that T-shirt.
Maybe
with
just
that
a sticker.
Image.
What about a sticker instead?
A sticker, yeah.
Nah, let's do a T-shirt. We got to be legit if we're gonna do it. Too legit.
A sticker would be better.
Too legit
flat,
to quit.
Is flat the new up? And the answer to that question, 62% of the people said no. Flat is not.
Exactly. I don't know
even think
who
people
the
knew
other.
what they were voting for.
I don't know who the rest of the group that said yes is, but y'all are dumb. And I'm saying that to people. I'm saying that to people that listen to this podcast. Flat is not the new up. No. Up is always up.
And the actual hot take from this week, which do you prefer, Blow Pop or Tootsie Pop? 56% of the fam said Tootsie Pop over Blow Pop.
Wow.
Do we think that's because Blow Pops are no longer made?
They are made.
No, they don't make them anymore.
They don't make them anymore. If you've seen a bag of them, that is an old bag.
Yeah,
Really?
they don't make them anymore.
You know, in gas stations, they sell the single big ones.
No, they don't.
Much like the Necco wafers, I don't think they stopped making those in like 1976, and they're just back stock that's in gas stations.
They don't make them anymore.
He was eating
And
one
by
the
the
other
way,
day.
I
That's why
love
I
that-
came up with this.
I love that Ryan is on the side of Haley on this one, and he normally when something is with him and is a 2% margin. He makes this whole resounding statement of this is one of the closest votes we've ever had.
Not when he's getting the W.
Blah, blah. Yeah, he got the dub by 2%. Okay, that's my phone.
What great timing.
Yeah.
No,
Dub's a
but
dub.
Braden was eating one the other day. That's why I came up with the idea of Tootsie Pop or Blow Pop. He was eating a Blow Pop.
Sure. That doesn't mean it was a current one.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that they just made it. Anyway, all right, let's go to movies. Movies. So,
No, I did not.
I figured that out pretty fast, but The Fall Guy 2024 PG-13 action comedy, 2 hours. Technically 2 hours and 5 minutes. Rotten Tomatoes gave this 82%. And this is where I want to call out. Sometimes movies are good and they hate them.
They sell them. What are you talking about? They still make them. Sorry.
They might still sell them, but they don't still make them.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Yes.
Did you call up the
So
candy
they're-
store,
they're-
and you
The
said
distributor.
They're made by Tootsie Roll.
Of course they are. So we basically just did a big ad for the Tootsie Roll Company. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the movie The Fall Guy, 2024, PG-13 action comedy, 2 hours and 5 minutes. After leaving the business 1 year earlier, battle-scarred stuntman Colt Seavers springs back into action. I wish he had sprung back into action in this movie. When the star of a big studio movie suddenly disappears. As the mystery surrounding the missing actor deepens, Colt soon oh my God, this is
Words.
the weirdest. Colt soon finds himself ensnared in a sinister plot that pushes him to the edge of a fall more dangerous than any stunt.
Reading is hard, for the record.
It's not, but when you're trying to hold your phone while it's charging because you forgot to plug your phone in last night, it's a little more difficult than normal. Yeah. So this movie did not do well so far. And I love both of these actors. So that's what sucks. Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt. I mean, you'd think just that right there is enough for the movie to just propel itself, right? What was the look at what
It had good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes and Google reviews, though.
that this is exact. Did you not listen to what I said, Ryan?
I was opening up my Uncrustable.
Yeah. So you're not paying attention.
sometimes movies have really good ratings, but
That is legitimately what I just
like
said.
the first sentence out of his mouth.
That was the very first thing I said. If Ryan got through the poll and just exited the chat.
He was like, my responsibilities are done. I did not see the movie. I can take the next 7 to 8 minutes off.
Then he gives me hell for misreading the synopsis. See if you can pull up real fast, Ryan. Would you please, while you're eating your Uncrustable, which I'm not gonna make fun of you for because I love Uncrustables.
I don't have the patience for them to thaw.
You're so good.
They're amazing.
They
All right,
They have to thaw. It takes too long.
look up what this movie did box office so far and like first week. This movie was really expensive.
It's like $130 million, right?
It was $150 million, and that's probably not accounting for advertising.
So-
And by the way, the advertising on this movie looked phenomenal. The
Oh my
shots
God.
are
They
great.
were really bad numbers.
What was it?
8.5 million domestically.
Oh God!
I did read.
That is-
I did read how
Ouch.
it had a horrible opening weekend, but it's similar to another movie by this director that came out, and I can't remember which one it was. And it did
David
so
Leitch.
it did so much better in the the forthcoming weeks than it did in the opening weekend, and ended up making all of its money back.
I don't
did.
think this
Yeah,
is
did eventually.
No, this movie is dead. Look,
so.
$40 million
I think
to make.
I think he went into this and couldn't figure out what kind of movie he wanted to make because it's an action movie, but it's a love story, and it's also the Emily Blunt's character goes from being a camera operator, I believe, to the director of a big budget film, and so it's meta. And it's also supposed to be a comedy, but it's really not that funny.
That's a shame.
It just seems like there were too many cooks in the kitchen when it comes to the direction of this film.
See, I still found it entertaining. It was literally just all action scenes and then his pun lines to keep it funny. So it was entertaining
I
popcorn.
didn't think he
flick
was
for
that
me.
funny though.
That's a shame because I feel like what was
Promised.
promised was like
Oh, the trailers are amazing.
Him and Emily Blunt were in love and broke up, and then now she's in charge and is going to put him through hell just doing these stunts over and over and over again, which could be really funny if done correctly.
Like, even that description of this movie.
You want to read it again?
You want me to do it? You want me to do it one more time, Ryan?
Did you miss
see
it?
If I
Yeah,
can
one more
see if I can actually accomplish it.
Did you miss it the first time, Ryan?
I missed it.
After leaving the business 1 year earlier, battle-scarred stuntman Colt Seavers springs back into action when the star of a big studio movie suddenly disappears as the mystery surrounding the missing actor deepens. See, that's where I stumbled before. Colt soon's
Got him.
Dude, it is literally all right, hang on. This is normally how I hold my phone.
Right.
Colt soon finds himself ensnared in a sinister plot that pushes him to the edge of a fall more dangerous than any stunt. Thank you. I can actually read when it's in front of me, Ryan.
It's a lot of S's too. There's bad copywriting.
Well, I mean, it's a bad movie. So, sorry. I love those actors. I love the director. I love everyone that worked on this film because I know there's a lot of people that worked really hard on this, and I'm not trying to come down on them. But this movie, for what it's supposed to be, compared to how it's portrayed, this is not portrayed as a B movie.
No, it's supposed
And
to be
it's shot like a blockbuster.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. The cinematography in this is fantastic.
and like you
and if you
said-
think I can't speak, Ryan, I said cinematography. No problem.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, yes.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, yeah.
Like you said, the advertising there. He even made an appearance on what was it, the Indiana Jones at Universal Orlando?
Doesn't
or,
matter.
No, I'm sorry, Universal Hollywood. I was like, this is going to be a bomb. And again, I still found it entertaining popcorn flick.
No, because you know I like those. I've said on this podcast an almost unlimited amount of times, innumerable. Now I'm just going to use like $5 words the rest of the
go.
podcast so people don't think I can't
SAT
speak.
prep is on. Let's go.
I love movies that are just like, hey, sit down, grab your popcorn, and enjoy it. It doesn't have to be a thought-provoking experience. It's just supposed to be fun. This one fell short for me. I don't think it's a good movie. Sorry.
Other than Barbie and the Notebook, though, what Ryan Gosling movie is good?
A lot of them.
Wow. Right. Talking about me coming in hot. Holy crap, right?
Where he is the lead.
remember
Where he's the lead. How
I
about
guarantee
Drive?
you the people that listen to this podcast and watch us, where can they watch us at, Ryan?
Crazy Stupid Love.
YouTube.com/C/The Quad with Chris Young.
Barbie, La La Land,
La La Land was
Drive.
great. Drive was great.
Blade Runner
Ooh, the
2049.
The Gray Man was good too.
The Gray Man was fantastic. Crazy Stupid Love, obviously.
The Nice Guys, that was funny. Remember
the Titans, Ryan. Remember the Titans. He was in Remember the Titans.
It's your favorite movie of all time.
It is. Wasn't the lead role, though. He wasn't the lead role.
He was the love interest.
Remember the Nice Guys? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
I'm asking Ryan, not you, Josh.
I was like, yes, of course I do.
Dude,
I'm just
Russell
saying.
Crowe and Ryan Gosling? Come on. So that we literally have named
Are You Afraid of the
about
Dark?
10 movies.
Mickey Mouse Club? What do you want from us, Ryan?
Good God. All right. What are we doing for next week?
That's a wonderful question. I'm pulling up Fandango.
All right, I'm gonna just because Ryan was being such a
We're gonna go see a scary movie this week.
we're gonna watch a
No,
scary movie. It's one that you can
no.
stream. It's one that you can stream, and they're trying to sort of like
They're
revive.
They're rebooting.
this.
Reboot.
Yeah, it's a reboot. You're right. You're right. You picked the right word.
Okay.
That's I was looking for it, and evidently, since I can't speak, now I can't think. Look, I got home yesterday. It was
good.
a flight where we had to wake up at 5 a.m.
It's all good.
I woke up really early today to make breakfast, and then just had a horrible time trying to get into the office. So, The Strangers from 2008. Have you ever seen it?
I've not.
All right. Just so you guys know, this is a horror film. So if that's not your thing, you don't need to watch it.
Is it the extended one? Is it the extended one or just The Strangers?
No, it's just Brian. The Strangers from 2008.
Yeah, so there's the new one that's in the movie right now.
That's in theaters right now. That's
The Strangers Chapter 1.
Do
is in
you
theaters.
actually listen to me?
Liv Tyler's in this. I'm all in. Liv
All he
Tyler,
does is Google whatever
Oh
the
my
first
God,
word is.
Ryan! Do
Liv
you
Tyler's in.
do you actually listen to anything that I say on this podcast?
Podcasts are great. I love podcasts.
All right, The Strangers from 2008, and that's what we're watching. But
Budget of $9 million, made $82 million.
yeah, dude, it has one of the, to me, scariest scenes in a movie ever.
And it'll be Josh's favorite because this is actually real life and it's not a figment of imagination.
Time out. It's based on a true story,
but it's
sort of. Even if you look this up, it's sort of blended. The director said it was between
his experiences,
the Manson
The
thing.
Tate murders and then break-ins that
yes.
occurred in Bertino's. That's
Yes.
the director's neighborhood as a child.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's really good. And there is a scene. This is all. I'm not going to ruin it. I'm just going to say at some point in the movie, there's a scene in the kitchen.
early on.
I'm not going to ruin it.
Just leave that alone. Just I want to.
There's a scene in the kitchen where
Is Harrison Butker in there or no?
there's something.
What would be scary about that, Ryan?
Oh, that would be scary for the Kansas City Chiefs PR team. But other than that, Ryan, we're
They're earning their money right now. It's fine.
oh, I even got you with that joke. At least he's a good kicker. I mean,
It's the second best kicker in the NFL.
yeah.
And did you know all women's jerseys have sold out with his across all major
Do we want to get
networks?
there?
Anyway,
'Cause
we're not
can
going
get
there.
We
We're
can-
not going to go there.
I'm
We're not
ready.
going to go there. We're not going
I'm
to go
ready.
there. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Sip your tea, Ryan. If you're watching on video, Ryan is pinky up drinking out of his coffee cup right now. If you are not, you should go to YouTube and check this out. Oh, my God. Anyway, that's what we're watching next week. There's a scene in the kitchen where you'll see, if you're paying attention, something in the background. And the very first time I watched the movie, I didn't see it. And it was not intended to be a jump scare, and it jump scared me.
Are you doing this to punish me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just to punish me?
Yes.
I already said that.
No, I know, but I'm just.
Oh, my God. Okay, Ryan, look. If you don't watch the movie, you're off the podcast for a week.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
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 And that's the Zoom pod. I can just not accept you into the.
We don't have to have you on.
You can't. You can't.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
you
we
can't
can.
preemptively. You cannot preemptively suspend me. This
I
is,
would like to. I would like to vote. Can I get a second?
I second.
No, this.
Can we get a vote?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Abstaining?
Ryan didn't even
Didn't
abstain.
even oppose.
All abstaining? The motion passed with
The
a
motion passes.
3-0 vote.
Did you just flick us off?
No, it was an upside down. So it
Oh,
wasn't-
allegedly he did. All right, well, that's the movie for next week, so make sure you watch it. So let's go to music.
Music.
Young Love and Saturday Nights rising up the charts. Thank you guys very, very much. I always have to start by saying that. That is insane. I played in Phoenix and New Mexico this weekend. And the second show, first of all, the first show was in a casino. And I'm like, it's like rolling dice. a little bit.
Yes, casino is like rolling dice.
See what I did there? Yeah. You never know what kind of show that's going to be.
For sure.
You don't know if that's going to be just like an awesome show or if it's just going to be the people that happen to be at that casino and they're coming in to hang out for a little bit. And
Or
then go back
sometimes
to
a
gamble.
mix where like there's some people that are really
There's
excited.
some people that are really excited and some people that aren't. You never know. And by the way, it's a show and I get to play and they're paying me and people paid to come there. So it
A
doesn't
win.
matter.
Yeah, it's a win regardless.
This is one of the best shows I've ever had.
Really?
I played for, I think, almost.
I thought you were about to say 4 hours.
No. I
You did
played
play longer though.
I played for like almost 2 hours.
Okay.
That crowd was insane. I love you guys. If you were there, thank you very, very much.
It was interesting seeing a standing room only show too.
Yeah, so I had Haley, Austin Machado, who's from Leaving Austin, his wife,
And Becky Tita.
and their daughter, who I'm the godfather. So,
Talking to my man all wrong.
The godfather.
The Godfather.
What do you wish on me this day of my daughter's wedding? Yeah, that kind of thing. Sorry for doing this.
Tommy DeVito.
Anyone listening right now is like, what's happening? It was absolutely incredible. And the reason that I had Austin Machado, who, if you don't recognize that name immediately, he's from a duo called Leaving Austin.
He's been on here.
I know, but I'm saying for anyone that's new,
Okay.
if you don't know who I'm talking about, definitely go check out their music. They're amazing. Him and Davis were opening the next day. And so they open on that show. I go out. It's a sea of people at Boots in the Park.
Yeah. New Mexico. Right?
Yeah, incredible. Incredible. So I had like 2 back-to-back amazing shows. And right at the end,
Scary moment for sure.
it's really, really windy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like it's dry. You're in the desert area.
Kick the dust up.
I'm like, okay, I can get through the end of this show, even though it's like
it was like
forcing
the storm
wind
was
into my
rolling
mouth.
in.
Sure.
Well, no. I don't notice that. That's what you don't understand. When you're on stage, you're not looking up and around all that much. You're looking at the crowd. You're looking at your mic. You're making sure you're singing correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing correctly. You're looking at your guys, making sure nothing went wrong. You're hearing stuff in your ears through a talkback mic, which is connected to your basically what you guys, if you don't know what in-ears are, that's basically your AirPods. So they're constantly being affected by what's out front, by the crowd, by how are we going to gate
room.
this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And no one said anything to me. And then all of a sudden I start to feel like a little bit of rain, and I'm like, the wind kicks up even more, and it's like really windy. So I look over to my left to where the monitors are on the side of the stage, which is my stage left guy, John Weaver, who is running, sound for everyone's ears on stage. And there are people standing there holding the video wall to keep it from hitting him in the face. And it's like blowing road cases with gear in them across the back of the deck.
That's pretty strong.
I had one more song. And so I run to the back of the stage, and when they were like, "Hey, you're done. Like, my TM came on stage. He's like, "No, that's it. Things are falling over." And it came out of nowhere. Normally you have some sort of warning about that.
Yeah.
It was
And,
completely sunny, like beautiful
yeah, it was-
day.
It was wild.
And then all of a sudden it was like whoosh. When I saw the video walls like starting to do this, I was like, nope, absolutely not.
Like I thought they were going to break.
Not great.
Not ideal.
Not ideal.
And so
Not everyone's safe, by the way, because that's a scary situation.
no, and that was my thing is I said, hey guys, we got to stop right here. And I only had one more song left, right? I had played my entire set.
What was the last song?
It was going to be On Off.
Oh,
Yeah.
But you did end on Famous Friends.
I did end on Famous Friends, so that was good.
They left hearing some good stuff. Yeah.
I felt terrible, but I was like, hey guys, I got to leave stage. And like some people were like, what? Oh, and I was like, look, I just want everybody to be safe. And like, even in my crew guys, they were trying to like, it was blowing the tents that were over their equipment,
Like lifting them off.
lifting them off the stage. And I'm like, look, everybody get to a bus. I don't care about the gear.
No, you can buy more stuff. Insurance covers that stuff.
Yeah, it'll suck, but I'll buy more gear. I can't buy people. Like, y'all are more important than the stuff that's on stage. I was like, get off stage, get to buses, be safe.
Yep.
And it was a little bit scary for a second. Like,
You feel so helpless when it comes to like that kind of weather where
What
it's
do you-
just
what
like,
do you
what do you
do?
do? What do you do? I'm going to get in my big heavy bus and hope for the best. And
I even, like, when we got back to the airport, I told everybody, I was like, hey guys, just so you know, I meant what I said the other night. Like, if there's ever like a weather situation, please worry about yourself before you worry about the gear. I appreciate it.
they're
Well,
just guitars. They're just amps. They're
Yeah.
just whatever.
They're not.
You know?
They're not as important as you.
Well, and you just have to, yeah. I mean, it's people. Like you leave and don't play your last song, which means your crew and everyone can get to shelter, which means the crowd can potentially back up and not be near stuff that could fall, etc.
Right.
Like it's a trickle down effect, and it's just like where everyone's looking for everyone's best safety in that moment.
For sure. But all that being said, then I actually was next to last on that show because Thomas Rhett was closing. So we waited for everything to kind of.
Blow over.
I wasn't going to say
You
it.
wanted to though.
I wasn't going to say it. That's not funny. TR, me, Cameron Marlowe, Austin, like a couple of his guys went back on my bus and we're like playing music for each other, waiting to make sure he could go on. And he did. He went on and played an abbreviated set, but TR crushed it. For people that don't know, Thomas Rhett was actually my very first hard ticket touring dates. He was the opening act for me. So I love that guy to death, and he's amazing. But all's well that ends well. But it was just kind of a crazy experience because just like I had these two great shows, and then right at the end, it was like,
No good deed.
yeah,
Well, I'm glad everyone's safe.
yeah, exactly. All right, let's do what are you listening to? Who wants to go first?
I've got a great one.
Go ahead.
So I went and saw Breaking Benjamin and Daughtry up in Clarksville last week.
Ooh.
Which the show was really, really fun. Daughtry was incredible. He's like doing really heavier stuff now. He's kind of ditched his like pop rock stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like pretty rocking. And then
Oh dear.
halfway through Breaking Benjamin's set, they cut into my song for this week, Huey Lewis, Power of Love,
Oh, come on! I've done this one before.
where it's fine. We can
Yeah,
double
I
it.
know. We've doubled down. Yeah.
But it just, in the middle of their set, they go, all right, now it's time for free shit. And it just, the screen starts just saying free shit, free shit, free shit. And Huey Lewis, Power of Love comes on, and his whole crew comes out and starts shooting t-shirts in the middle of the Breaking Benjamin set. And I was so like, what is going on? That I turned to my friend Chris, a different Chris, and I'm like, what's happening? And I get pelted with a t-shirt at that moment, like right to the ribs, because I'm not even looking. I'm just like, what in the F is going on right now? That in the middle of this like heavy rock show.
I'm telling you right now, because I want everyone that's hearing this to know that I know I'm co-opting it. I'm 1,000% gonna do that in my show.
It would make more sense in your show.
I
it just
love
doesn't
that.
make sense to do it
I
after
would say-
Diary of Jane.
I
and
would
then,
say free shirts,
Yeah.
not the other thing.
Right.
But just have two people come out with the like t-shirt.
it was 2 people
Cannons.
with t-shirt cannons and then 3 people throwing t-shirts.
That's perfect.
And I was just sitting there like, what is happening right now? Like it just did not. And then they just went back into like a really dark and
Or do I actually go free Chris and then have them throw the
Much better.
dismissed t-shirts?
much better. Just start a free Chris chant and then you're throwing free t-shirts of the dismissed.
That's funny.
I want it. You heard it here first, folks. This is where the idea came from.
Oh my God.
So Power of Love by Huey Lewis, but yeah, just a weird experience for me.
I'm going to go with a throwback. There is a group that is not a group anymore, but they are 2 of my really good friends, Johnny Wolford and Janelle Wheeler.
Little Lockhart?
A little Lockhart action. Well, I guess is she still go by Janelle Wheeler on anything?
On her socials, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is "Take You Home"
Ah, great song.
by Lockhart, and it is awesome. So check that out.
This record is why you and I met.
Yes, it is.
Because Johnny needed a bass player. I had just quit my day job to go full-time music again. Johnny needed a bass player. I was the bass player. Johnny and I became friends. Johnny introduced me to you.
And I have Janelle actually singing on a demo.
Incredible.
This week.
Incredible.
So it's so
Very
funny.
full circle.
It is.
Yeah.
That's great.
Go Bear.
Oh, in honor of
Rudy?
like everyone getting to play their songs
Rudy.
the other night, I'm gonna give a shout out to Thomas Rhett and do an old one, Playing with Fire with Jordan Sparks.
Oh, that's a great one. Rye,
I
what you got?
Rando. I got a rando this week. So it is EDC Las Vegas going on right now, and I've got some friends that are out there. Yeah, it's a little bit too crazy for me, but I did want to do a little EDM song this week for friends that are out there, including 2 friends, which is one of my favorite EDM artists. If Only I, which is by 2 friends, is the one that I'm throwing up this week. So little bump up in the beat, you know?
I'm sure there are plenty of
mega
people
mix.
throwing up at that concert.
Sure,
so.
I'm sure there is.
Let's go to sports.
I would only go if Sandstorm was playing on a loop.
Sports.
Yeah. Sorry, we're having too much fun on a Monday, but this is what we do, guys. NBA. Ryan, you were trying to talk about the New York Knicks.
Well, no. What I was trying to do is
No. Stop talking. I'm going to mute you if you don't let me finish my thought. I swear. Josh has his
First of
finger
all,
on the
mute
button.
and then
Muted.
suspension,
He's gone.
mute and
now.
sus-
Now you're gone. Yeah. See? That's what happens, Ryan. And no, me and Ryan are not fighting.
Just imagine next week when we can just kick you off the podcast completely. He's doing the rest of the podcast under protest right now.
All right. The biggest story of the NBA is not the New York Knicks. It's not. It's the T-Wolves. And that insane Game 7 comeback. Because I saw the score and was like, oh, the T-Wolves did a great job. They get to Game 6, and now they're gone.
Yeah, valiant effort. And then
And then they weren't. Corner
They're down
3.
20. at one point, down 20 at one point, down 15 at the half. It is the largest halftime deficit in Game 7 history that they overcame. And I believe the largest deficit overall in Game 7 history, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that's correct.
For a team to come back and win. So quite the resounding bounce back for the T-Wolves.
Well, and on top of that, neither team breaking 100.
It felt like an old school, like juggernaut NBA game. Like I felt like I was watching a game back in the 90s, and it made me so happy.
The Nuggets are 0-12 now when being held under 100 points. 6 of those coming from the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Jeez.
Who, by the way, have consistently had the NBA's top defense all year long, and they finally turned it on in the second half of that game. And you saw just how deadly that team can be when they play to the level they're capable of defensively. And it was quite impressive. What they were doing on Joker, how they basically, limited Jamal Murray in the second half. It was really impressive to see that team locked down defensively.
Yeah, it really was, honestly. I mean, I like my pick. I like that I picked them to go all the way.
It was a tale of two halves for sure. Jamal Murray went nuts in the first half. I thought Denver did a lot of really incredible things the first half. Defensively, they were showing double teams up on the perimeter, making sure Anthony Edwards could not really touch the ball or do anything. And the adjustment at halftime by Chris Finch and the Timberwolves was incredible. The Timberwolves. They
should have Timbo come out.
Yeah, they moved the ball better. They got it more inside to a wide open Rudy Gobert because they were doubling everywhere else except for Gobert. I mean, it's to win in that fashion, especially with Anthony Edwards not having a particularly great day, is very impressive. And more so, I'm both looking forward to the Western Finals, and also we have to wrap our minds around the fact that either Anthony Edwards or Luka Doncic is going to be in the NBA Finals this year. And that's pretty exciting.
It's great. It's great for the NBA. I have a trio of stat of the days. Would you guys like them?
Sure. Yeah, as long as we can hear you, because you keep sort of blipping out.
Okay.
So
that's internet.
Make it
trio
short.
Trio. All right. Sunday marked the first time in NBA history 2 road teams won Game 7s on the same day. So that's one stat of the day. The other, for the 6th straight year, we will no longer have a reigning champion in the NBA for the 6th consecutive year. Also, this is the first time in modern NBA history that the Final Four won't feature a current or past MVP.
Wow.
Interesting.
Hey, you know what? What's really interesting is if we go back a week and we listen to everyone's picks. Josh, I believe you said it was going to be the Nuggets.
I did, yes. They were up 20. I felt pretty good about that pick.
And they're gone.
Felt very good at 20.
And it's gone. Also,
you know what else is gone? The money that I bet on the Nuggets.
All right, if you have a problem with gambling, 1-800-BETS-OFF. That is the national hotline. Also, I would like to say that while I was gone, I put a wager down and hit a parlay of over 8.5 on a game, the Rays minus 1.5, the Pirates plus 1.5, the Astros money line, and over 7.5 on the Dodgers Reds game, which only won. They scored 9 runs. All of these were so close, and won $10,000.
Amazing.
Wait, you said, hold on, you said there's no reigning champion. Who won last year?
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Oh, am I thinking the Celtics? Were that 2 years ago?
Celtics haven't won since 2008.
What was I
Since
thinking?
Kevin Garnett.
What's that?
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Right? That was their last win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Raptors, Lakers, Bucks, Warriors, Nuggets, and now TBD this year. So we have not had a repeat champion for what will be 6 years now.
Yeah.
The Warriors were the last ones to win back-to-back.
I don't know why I thought the Celtics. When we went to the Miami game, was they playing
I
the
figure
Celtics?
the Raptors were probably out of it when Kendrick dropped that on Drake.
All of Toronto hurting right now.
One more thing on sports before we get to the hot take, because we need to get out of here. But Scotty Scheffler
Dismissed.
dismissed. Yeah, I feel bad because I feel like he sort of went through the same thing I did in a way.
Did you see the cop claiming he
ruined
his $90 pair of pants?
The ABC officer didn't lay hands on him, but the fact that they're like, the guy jumped on his car and was like,
Get out.
and then arrested him. And then, by the way, they put him in orange.
Yeah.
Like, they put him in jail. And dude didn't warm up and still made his tea time.
He said he did some stretching in jail.
And also, like, good on Scheffler to not be like, do you know who I am? He didn't do that. He just was like, all right, man. All right.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah.
I haven't talked about the fact that they were screaming the F word at all of us when they're TABC officers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know until you know, so don't assume.
Quick shout out to Xander Schauffele, by the way, who won his first major as well, wire to wire at Valhalla, and set a major championship record in history, lowest score to par with 21 under. Pretty impressive for X. So really happy for him as well.
Yeah, we do have to call out Xander Schauffele because, like, I feel like
Wait, are we calling him
Is there-
X?
Well, X is kind of his
we're
name.
not.
I
like,
do,
we're not
Exhibit
calling-
was
no,
X.
No, we're
do have this
DMX was
question, though.
X.
X gonna give it to you.
I do have this question. I consider Xander Schauffele to be one of the best names of all time in sports. Xander Schauffele, to me, ultimate name in sports.
More than
Do you guys have a
Sports?
competitor?
I have a list.
in sports?
I have a lit-
You're not
Ultimate
just
name in
doing
sports,
golf.
Xander
You're doing
Schauffele.
Mookie Blaylock. Are you kidding
Sports.
me? Mookie Blaylock.
I like Pookie Reese, to be honest with you. If we're gonna be,
Who was
we're
the
gonna
shortest
like
guy to dunk in the NBA?
him. Spud Webb.
Spud. Yeah.
Who was the second shortest guy to dunk in the NBA? You don't remember?
No.
The NBA guy doesn't remember an NBA name?
I can't remember every stat ever. I'm a human being.
Come on, man.
I don't know. Muggsy Bogues. I
There
did
it
remember.
is.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, this is an easy one. This is
I was
literally
like, why are
a
you
layup.
staring at me? Oh yeah, I should. know this
Oh
one.
yeah, you should know that.
General Booty is one of my favorite names.
General Booty.
Smush,
Come on.
Smush Parker. Come on, dog. Like
Coco Crisp.
Coco Crisp.
Here we go. Funniest names in sports. Let me look this up.
There's just gonna be all those college football
Trickle?
ones. Yeah.
Dick Trickle. I don't think he was actually in sports.
He was a NASCAR driver.
Was he?
Yeah.
You realize that, like, my dad has a Dale Earnhardt mustache. I know that.
Does he have a Dick Trickle mustache?
I hope not. Sorry, that was inappropriate. So Coco Crisp, Milton Bradley, Longar, who played at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Dick Trickle is on the list. That one's not a good one. God Shamgod,
Oh yeah,
who played
Shamgod.
for Providence. Rabbit Marinville. Rabbit, sorry, pardon.
Fabian Assman. He's a soccer player.
Danger or Danger, I'm not sure how it is pronounced, but let's say Danger for the point of this podcast. Danger Fourpence.
Alabama State Chief Kicking Stallion Sims.
What?
Played for the Cardinals. Boots Day.
There's some good names.
Bear Hooker.
Wolfgang Wolf. Pro soccer.
Oh, World Be Free. Also, Warriors legend.
Well, we could also go Meta World Peace. We were just being
Or-
stupid, but he changed his name to that. That's not the same.
Panda. He changed his name to Panda's Friend. Also,
Yinka Dare. played for the Nets.
Napoleon Outlaw.
Hang on. This is the last one, but I have to qualify this. This was a player for the Boston Red Sox, and he has a card. All right, so I'm not saying anything inappropriate, but his name is Dick Pole.
Dick Pole.
Why do parents hate their kids?
I don't know. All right,
Maybe they love their kids.
let's go to the hot take. Hot take.
Incredible.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. I enjoyed that segment more so than I should.
Should we just have a segment of us reading
my
funny
God.
sports names?
We gotta go back. We gotta go back
Yeah,
to the
well-
spelling bee.
You know what we should do? We should do this, but in the voice of the Calm app. So I'm gonna do.
By the way, I don't know what's going
I'm
on.
gonna read sports names
I
in the
don't
voice
know-
of the Calm app.
I don't know what's going on with me today, but I literally was like, is it Danger or Danger or is it
Danger?
I said Danger, but I was just attempting to go with the least common denominator.
Sure.
I guess. I don't know.
It's okay.
Josh, you have the hot take this week, so hit us, bud.
I sure do. So I was in the great city of Chicago this weekend. Caught a Cubs game, which ended in a bottom of the ninth crash play at home plate to win for the Cubbies.
Nice.
A great time was had. And as I was sitting there at Wrigley with my sister, just enjoying the game, it really got me thinking about another crash play at home between the Rockford Peaches and the Racine Bells. And the question I have for you guys is, did Dottie Henson at the end of A League of Their Own drop the ball on purpose? We know earlier in the movie, the very first scene of the movie, there's a crash play at home in which she takes the force easily. And that base runner had 3 inches and maybe 15 pounds on Kit, her younger sister. We also know Dottie Henson was ready to quit. She retired after that season. Did she throw the game? Is this the first instance of throwing a game in women's baseball history? Did Dottie Henson drop the ball on purpose? And my answer is yes.
I never saw the movie. I can't answer.
The movie was on MLB Network this weekend, by the way. So this is fresh in many people's minds because this movie was nationally broadcast this week.
An incredible movie. A Tom Hanks classic.
Well, I've still never
Okay.
seen it, so I cannot participate.
So I would like to go. So you think yes, Ryan?
I say no. She did not drop it on purpose.
All right, I'm going to side with Josh and say yes, and here is why. If you look this up on the internet, I'm currently on Yahoo.
Can't trust the internet.
You can't trust the internet, but this is why, because this is a direct quote from the movie. At the very beginning of the movie, Dottie, as an older woman, pulls her grandson, who's playing basketball, aside and says, "Now remember, no matter what your brother does, he's littler than you, so give him a chance to shoot."
Mm-hmm.
So
Foreshadowing.
it's foreshadowing the end of the movie.
It also then the next scene is her younger playing softball at that point, taking a hit and just rolling with it.
When the little girls are asking for Kit's signature and everything, you see Gina Davis as Dottie smiling, and she's like, "Oh, I did that."
This is what I'm saying. She threw the game.
I think she threw the game
I think she threw the game.
to let her
let her-
sister have the.
Her younger sister to have her final chance to actually like make a difference. And then Kit stayed in the league. Dottie retired immediately, started having babies, all good. That's what she pole vaulted her sister into a championship.
I think she remains loyal to her team and her sister, which is why I do not think that she drops the ball on purpose.
Look, as someone writing a book currently,
About baseball.
no. there's a lot of people that are going to be very confused when this book comes out because it's very dark and it's horror based.
I thought it was a children's book. Is that a different book?
This is not a children's book. This is a very in-depth process and something that I'm learning a lot about. Foreshadowing is a thing.
It's a great.
And maybe that's foreshadowing the foreshadowing in my book.
What? That's super meta. I just think there's enough little breadcrumbs in the movie.
I agree with you.
That would suggest that Dottie Henson dropped the ball on purpose.
Okay, so
Does it
including
look
at
like
the
she
end,
drops-
this is how you need to phrase this, Ryan, because I know you and I know how you do things. It needs to be at the end of A League of Their Own. Does Dottie drop the ball on purpose at home plate?
You know who else wasn't very upset that they lost? Dottie Henson. She wasn't torn up.
Seemed completely fine.
Seemed fine about it.
Yeah.
You know who wasn't
Do we
fine?
start with no as the first response and then yes, or?
Thank you guys, as always, for listening to the Quad with Chris Young. I do love you, Ryan. From Ryan, Haley, Josh, and myself. Hey, we're out!